You can never, ever, ever call your parents by their names. Am I speaking? Am I speaking? Can you relate? Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new on this channel, it's Mary, and on this channel I'm bringing you content relating to lifestyle, fashion, beauty, and vlog. So welcome to my channel. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for joining the gang. Please. Okay, so today's video is today's video is an interesting one. We're talking about African parents. Yes, you heard me. We are talking African parents, and I'm not just talking about modern day African parents. I'm talking about olden days African parents, like proper African parents. You know, those parents that are right now in their 60s, 70s, 50s, kinda. That's the kind of parents we're talking about. So one thing I want to mention, Nigerian parents, like I said, you know that remote one that they will call you from your room to come and get the remote that is just by their side. If your parents ever did that to you, like, you're not from a proper African Nigerian family, because like they would call you from the room. You'll probably be sleeping or doing something like important, and they'll just call you to come and get remotes that is literally by their side. Like, my parents did that a lot to me. Like, it can be so annoying. You know that moment when your mom or your dad is going out and you want to go out with them, and they just be like, okay, you know what, go and wear your slippers and I'll wait for you. My dear, don't go and wear your slippers. If you're watching this and you are still in a proper African Nigerian home, don't go and wear your slippers. Trust me, they will vanish before your eyes. Like, they will vanish before you even move. Before you even start putting the slippers on, they would vanish. So my parents did that to me. Like, the day my mom did that to me, it felt like the guy should open, let me enter. Like, I was so upset. I was really, really upset because I really wanted to go with her. You know, I really wanted to go with her. Like, then I was my mom's handbag, like always carrying me different from here to there, because I was always wanted to go out with her. And that day she just ditched me. She was like, don't worry, go and put her on sleep. By the time I came back, this one was already outside. In fact, they've already locked the gate behind her. I'm like, oh my god, I cried. I feel like most African parents do this, and even up till now, I feel like most African parents do this. It's just, well, if they ever tell you this, do not, I repeat, do not go. If you can go like that with them, go like that with them, or drag them to the room with you to go and wear your slippers, because they are about to leave you. And another thing African parents do, you know, when you go out with your mom and your dad and you go to this auntie's house and the auntie wants to give you food. You know, when your auntie's offering you food and you're collecting it. In fact, the kind of eyes they will use to look at you, there's something that they call the African parents' bad eye. In case you don't know it, let me show you. That is the African parent bad eye. But then they look at you, they give you that eye. You know, that eye speaks. That eye speaks, so you have to understand the eye. If you do not understand that eye and you go and eat the food, trust me, when you get home, you're gonna collect slaps from every angle. Seriously, guys, like that eye, you need to understand that eye. You need to understand that eye, seriously, because they just always have this mentality of, oh, don't eat in this person's house, you don't know who's who, you don't know who. And it's true, because you can't just be going to people's houses to go and eat. Anyone that says take food, you just open your mouth, bam, eat. Don't go eat poison, no. Understand? So African parents are always talking about that. We've heard different stories, you know, people getting poisoned, people getting possessed or bewitched, and it's true, you know. So that's one thing that you should not miss. African parents bad eye. Oh my god, you don't want to miss that one. Another thing about African parents, they do not apologize. You are wrong, oh, they are wrong, oh. Never. You will never hear that word sorry. Like, you will never smell it. You will never ever smell it. Like, see, if your parents apologize to you, trust me, you're lucky. Like, I know some people will say, oh, my parents apologized to me. You're actually lucky. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the proper, typical African Nigerian parents. They will never apologize to you, my dear. If you're waiting for that apology, you're your own. You are on your own, or you're lower. You are on your own. Because there are times when you just want to hear it. Like, you're upset with them, they've annoyed you, and they know they've annoyed you, and you just want to hear it. But trust me, these people will not tell you. Never. They will rather swallow their pride. They will swallow it like anything. They will swallow. So what? In fact, they will expect you to come and tell them sorry. They will expect you to say, oh, mommy, I'm sorry for getting angry. They will expect you to come and tell them sorry. I swear. They never say sorry. They have this scope. They have a scope. They can't say the word sorry, but they'll probably do something, to make you know that, okay, they are really sorry. They're actually sorry. So they always do this act of service. That's what they do. That's their own sorry. They rather trick you, give you something that will make you forget about the situation. That's what they do. I feel like most African parents are very protective of their children, like very extremely protective of their children. I am a living witness of that. Oh my God. You see, when you have a Nigerian parent that is overprotective, my dear, you are about to live a boring life. Like, you are about to live a boring life, because trust me, you will feel like they don't like you. You will feel like they hate you. But at the same time, I just feel like they're trying to protect you. But I feel like there should be a limit. Of course, there should be a limit to everything. When they become overly protective, then it becomes really annoying. Everyone wants to look out for their children. No one wants their children to go out there, either they're kidnapped or they're being raped, or of course. But when it becomes too much, that's when it becomes a problem. When the kids now have that freedom, some of them overdo it, and then it just destroys their life. Or some of them are lucky to, still stay in tune with, the morals, the values that their parents imbibed in them. So yeah, there are actually advantages and disadvantages of being too protective of your child. Most children actually go through a lot of trauma. Most children are not very outspoken. Most children are, very soft. I'll put it that way, very, very soft, because their parents have not allowed them to explore. They have not exposed them to the world. So when a child stays indoor for so long, like, you're just indoor, definitely you're not meeting people, you're not expressing yourself, so you just become very timid. And that's why you see most people are like really quiet, and when they go out there, they can't really speak because their parents have not allowed them to express themselves and bring out that social part of them. I feel like my parents were actually very, very protective of me, because up until when I was in secondary school, I do not go out. I did not used to go anyway. Like, I did not used to go out. I had friends, but seeing them, visiting them was a problem. It was a problem. Like, definitely that's the whole thing. When you want to go out, they'll be like, oh, you can't go out, or you can't do this, you can't do that. And even phones, when it came to using of phones, oh my God. The funny thing is that when I was growing up, I was actually really, really free. I was actually free. I think I was the one who actually made them become very overprotective of me, because when I go out, I would stay out for a very long time until they were like, if you don't hold this girl will overdo. So I think that's why they started being overprotective of me. And bearing in mind, I'm the last child of the family, they don't want anything to happen to me, of course. So yeah, I was angry. I thought they didn't like me. I thought they hated me. Of course, you would feel like your parents hate you, but it's just for a good cause, And I feel like I would have gone astray, from when I was growing up. I went to boarding school. So when I went to go to university, I wanted to go to Unilag. But my dad, I already put in Unilag. When you're applying for, was it YEC or something, they'll tell you to mention 2 schools or so that you want to go. I already put in Unilag and I think one other public school. And my dad saw it. he changed he called them and he changed it to Redeemers University, and that's how I ended up in Redeemers University, like public school. What? And I thank him for actually doing that, because if I actually went to uni, like only God knows what would have happened. It's probably because, you know, when someone who has been caged for a long time, when you now have that freedom to do what you want, you know, it becomes excessive. You now do it in excess, and you just end up ruining your life. So I actually thank him for doing that, because if he did not do that, only God knows how I would have turned out then, because I would have been free to do what I would have all the fun I did not have. I would have had it actually. But him doing that, you know, me going to a private school, and a Christian private school, you know, it was very, very, very hard to even go out. You know, there was there were so many annoying rules, and it just made me feel like I was back in secondary school, because that was basically how they treated us. But it actually helped me, you know, helped me stay focused, helped me, you know, just gave me that freedom to, you know, do one or two things, but not in excess. But at the same time, African parents and being overprotective, 5 and 6. If you're in a family that your parents allows you to go out to do, you're actually lucky, because it actually helps the child come out of his or her shells. You know, you're out there already, you know what's happening outside. As a child who is always indoors, when you come out, you get people who bully you, and you really don't know how to express or to face them. So I actually had to learn all that, because growing up I was always getting bullied, like, and when I get bullied I would always cry. Like, if someone just talks to me, say something harsh to me, I would always cry. But right now, if you talk to me anyhow, I give you times 20, because I'm not playing with you. So because the other day I got one of my friend's younger sister, she posted something on what's it called, on WhatsApp, and she's like, oh my god, she can't believe she wants to go out to see the movies with her friends, and her parents did not allow her. I had to like text her, like send her a voice note immediately, like, girl, you have to calm down. And you know, definitely as a teenager, you want to feel, oh, you're a big girl, you can go out, you can do what you want. But African parents will humble you, they will make you feel like a child, like a 5-year-old child. I was like, girl, you need to calm down, you know, just, you're still living under their roof, you know, you need to respect them. They're your parents. What can you do? You can just shout, cry, and you're still there. So I'm like, just calm down. Like, that was my situation. But here I am right now, living almost practically by myself, and you know, I could literally do what I want to do. So that time will come where you would be able to do all these things like you want to do that you can't do now. Another thing about having African parents is that you can never ever call your parents by their names. Am I speaking? Can you relate? You have an African parent and you want to call them by their names, that will be the day you'll be crucified. Trust me, you'll surely just be crucified. Never ever. African parents are big on respect and of course culture. So you want to call your mom, is that you say mom, dad, or ever. Don't you ever call your African parents by their names, because you're gonna be. Trust me. Trust me. In this country, I'm like children calling their moms, Rachel, oh, Robert, oh, you know, and you're like, try this in Nigeria, you're gonna get whooped. You're gonna get whooped. Seriously, guys. I feel like it's actually the right thing to do. Come on, why would you call your dad by his name or the mom by her name? Like, where is the respect? These people are like 30 years older than you, if not even more than, and you just go there calling them by their names. I was a parent, I'll literally do the same. How dare you? Do you know what I did to carry you in my tummy for 9 months, and then you now come out and call me by my name? I mean, give it back, boss. Mom, are you mad? Dad, you're crazy. You're telling me rubbish. Dad. Try that in an African home. Try that. Respect is a very big thing, and that's exactly how it should be. Like, who are you to ask your mom or dad if they're mad? They don't like to see you sitting down doing nothing. They do not want to see you sitting down doing nothing. Like, you cannot just sit down doing nothing. They must surely find something for you to do. If I have just finished working and, you know, cleaning the house, but the moment they see you sitting down, That is when they remember they have clothes for you to wash, or for you to go and clean their room, or for you to go and wash their bathroom. Oh my god, African parents. They can be so annoying. Like they just want you to just, and even when you're sitting down, maybe you're in your room chilling by yourself, they'll call you from the room to come and sit down with them and maybe watch one Mount Zion film with them. Like, oh, can you see? I want you to watch this movie with me. Oh, okay, come. Since you don't have anything to do, come and sit down with me and watch. Oh, but that my dad used to do that thing. I'm like, oh my god. And you just sit down there. It feel like you're in prison. You can't stand up. You just sit down there. Oh god. That used to be like really, really funny, man. Another thing African parents don't like. They don't ever want to see you with a boy. They don't even want a boy to call you. In fact, you can even have a friend that is a boy. You have a friend that is a boy, their minds have gone to Abuja. If their minds were in Port Harcourt, it's not in Abuja. If you just mention any boy, they don't want to hear anything though. You have a friend as a boy, okay. But when the boy starts calling you, they used to hide my phone. Because if any boy just calls me like this, they're seizing my phone straight up. The time that this boy in my class, when I was in secondary school, texted me, oh, that was the end of it all. My phone was seized for about 3 years. I think then I was in JS3 and I didn't have a phone until I got to SS3. Yeah, that is my phone and that was it. That was it. So African parents and boys, oh my god, this yeah and yeah. Nah, man, nah. African parents will not be African parents if they have not compared you to their friend's daughter or their friend's son. Oh, look at this one's daughter. She's doing this. She's doing that. Look at this one's son. He's doing this. Oh, like, can you not compare me? We live this different life. We have different surname. You cannot compare me to anybody. I always tell mom that. No. They will compare you. They will compare the life out of you. Like if you're not someone that has a strong heart, you probably feel useless. Like you probably just feel useless because, and it's not like they have any bad intentions doing that. They feel like they're trying to push you, encourage you, but that's not the best way to do it. No, comparisons. No. Never. No. They will compare you, man. I used to really, really hate that. And another thing that's very common in an African home is punishment. If your parents never ask you to pick pin, kneel down and face the wall, frog jump, or if they never used cane to flog you, or hanger, or wire, or broom, or belt, trust me, your parents are out of this world. I don't know where you're watching from, but in Africa, flogging, punishing a child is normal. It's considered normal. We all grew up like that. Like I think they saw it like as a way of training your child. When you flog the child will learn. The child will not to repeat the same mistake. And even in schools, our teachers flogged us. There's one teacher in my school then that if that teacher flogs you, if your principal tells you this teacher will flog you, so that's the end. That's the end of you. That's just the end. That is over. So yeah, flogging in Africa is like something that parents do, teachers do, as a means of correction. That to them, they're correcting you, and they feel like you would not repeat the same mistake. But the problem is that people still repeat. Like people will still do what they want to do, and I think children are used to getting flogged or punished by their parents, because when you do it every time, this person does this, this person does that. The child gets used to it and probably still repeats whatever they did to warrant the flogging in the first place. So African parents, we flog the living daylight out of you. Like I'm sure you guys can relate. Like where I received the most beating and flogging was in school. Those teachers are wicked. They are wicked people. Those teachers, oh my god, how can you flog someone to the extent the person's hand will be swallowed like bread? Is that not wickedness? Or they'll flog you on your back or your bum. Oh, those teachers are like the demonic people from the pit of hell. I swear. So this is all I can remember for now. I just want to have a little chit chat about growing up in an African home, African parents. So if you have anything that you experienced as a child in an African home, kindly drop it on the comment section. Let's have a chat. Yeah, I just wanted to have a chit chat with you guys. Hope you enjoyed my pep talk. And before you go, you know the drill. Kindly click on the subscribe button down below. It's right there. It's free. There's no cost in it. And please give this video a big thumbs up. Tell me if you enjoyed watching this video and if you can relate with some of the things I mentioned. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Signing out. And take a moment, guys, to appreciate this beauty. Appreciate this beauty. Have you seen this beauty in the market before? You cannot buy this beauty. Like, you cannot buy it. Trust me. Signing out. Bye.